more transparent and an absolute stunning show.
So how is MCHI property beneficial for the customer according to you?
See, it was beneficial, as you mentioned last year also, that at MCHI-CREDAI show, we've been having a lot of transparency. We have the code of conduct, we have the grievance, and the code of conduct clearly states that we can sell any stock in the market on carpet areas. All the developers here are selling stock on carpet areas. Every property that's displayed out here has all the necessary approvals, so the customer knows that whatever stock he's buying has the necessary approval, so he's not been taken for a ride by developers or anything where there's no approvals, the acquisition is not done. Here the acquisition is done, number one, the approvals for the property is there, you get absolutely transparency for the entire property. Thirdly, we have a huge space of around 2 lakh square feet where you have all the developers, all the cream developers of Mumbai who are displaying their property, so the customer gets a lot of choices in terms of choice in which area he wants to buy, which developer he wants to buy. And the most important thing, the tremendous support by the banks, the bank support that we've got, that bank support gives us an edge over other exhibitions because the banks have approved those properties, the banks have approved the properties with the developers and everything, which clearly gives you better home loans, gives you better EMIs. So it's a one-stop shop for a real estate housing. Any customer who's coming in knows that he has to buy a house, he gets loans, he gets choices, he gets transparency.
How is the public response as compared to the last year?
It's excellent. Unfortunately, we couldn't do a show 6 months back because there was a lot of difficulty in the approval scenario. So we decided not to go ahead with the show, and we thought we were going to protest against the government because there was no approvals happening, nothing happening, and the real estate was going through a turmoil. And because of that, we didn't have a show, and we've just come back after a year. So because you come back after a year, the show is bigger. We have new agencies, we have new creatives, we've got more facilities for the public, due to which I think we had the best crowd, the first day crowd that we had in a long time, and I think this time it will be a record-breaking crowd.
So anything else, something new which you will add in next year's exhibition?
Next year, I think we'll keep adding to the facilities and basically making things very comfortable for them. For instance, registration used to take a lot of time. This time the registration takes less than a minute, due to which the customer can come in and quickly walk in. He doesn't have to waste a lot of time explaining things out here. We've got more bank tie-ups, we've got more new developers who were not taking part in MCHI-CREDAI, but this time they've taken part, they've understood the importance of it. And I think by next year, probably more facilities in terms of loans, which is the basic criteria in terms of availability and pricing.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.